I'm really looking forward to sharing today's exercises with you. So it's a few of the favourite exercises we've been doing in class over the last few weeks with a real focus on mobilising your spine. So that could be in lateral flexion, it's hard to get the words out, as we move our spine and bend to the side, rotation, flexion or extension. So we're going to go through all those movements and it's going to feel fabulous, truly. By the end of it, you will feel like you are sitting taller, that you've stretched and lengthened those muscles and you've engaged them. So the only thing you're going to need today, and it's just to assist you, is a cushion or two, or if you've got a Pilates ball, cushions work just as well. Or maybe a yoga block, that's the other option. Okay, so we're going to start in a seated position and we're just going to get rolling. Okay, so just pause the video if you need to go and get your equipment and then come and join in with us. Okay, so the cushion. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start in a seated position. So when we sit down on the mat, you're going to have your legs either crossed like this. Now, it's not comfortable for everybody if you're tight in your hips. So it might be a little bit more comfortable if you were to sit in a long frog position. Now, if we were thinking about just sitting, so we weren't mindful about how we sat, and then we're able to slouch here, then it's more comfortable. But what we're aiming to do is to lift and lengthen that spine. So we're thinking about our pelvis here, rather than letting it tuck here, we're going to find that neutral position with our hips, and then you're stacking your rib cage, shoulders and head on top of each other. So that's going to be our start position, which is where the cushion or the yoga block can come in. So sometimes if you are slightly elevated, then that can just help to find that neutral pelvis. Okay, so I'm going to use a cushion today. You can use a yoga block, or you could be absolutely fine without it and comfortable. For me, this is comfortable. Just sit in a position that's comfortable for yourself. Okay, so first of all, let's just focus on our breath. So zipping up here, think about drawing your navel in towards your spine. We're going to pull those shoulders back. We're going to lift the crown of our head up towards the ceiling, and then we're thinking about engaging all of our core. So think of this corset here, not just our abdominals. So we are lifting and lengthening up. Okay, nice big inhale through the nose and breathing out. Now, as you breathe in, ideally what we're aiming to do is to breathe in with me to the side of the ribs. And then as you breathe out, we're trying to keep that engagement so we're not collapsing down here. Okay, and just keep going with the breath as I chat away to you. So nice big inhale and breathing out. Okay, we're going to take our right hand, place it down beside you on the mat. So at the moment, that hand's just nice and relaxed. Then take your left hand, place it on the outside of that knee, of the right knee. Okay, now what we're aiming to do again is to keep that length in the spine. So keep lifting up, think of that long neutral spine. Then start to rotate your chest towards that knee. Okay, so we're already starting to find that connection here, feeling the ribs rotate, shoulders rotate, turning my head. Okay, now with the right arm, I'm going to start to press down into the floor. So connecting into that shoulder, thinking about lifting up. Then gently apply a bit of pressure on the outside of this knee, and we're going to try and increase that range of movement. Okay, it's not easy, it's challenging. Try and relax the legs. Try and sit tall. Take a nice big inhale. And breathing out. And hold this position, hold that rotation. Keep sitting up, lift the crown of the head. Focus on that breath. And breathing out one more time. You'll notice it's harder to breathe. Fill the lung on that right side because that rotation is restricting that expansion of your lung. And then breathing out. Well done. We're just going to bring ourselves back to the center. Ooh, that feels good. Okay, so we're going to start nice and gently, and then we're going to layer in challenge with these exercises. So bringing your left hand down, keep zipping up, keep sitting nice and tall. So just keep your eye line looking at eye height. Okay, So this hand's nice and relaxed. We're going to take the right hand outside of the left knee and just thinking about starting to rotate your chest. So feeling the rib cage, feeling the spine rotating. Take an inhale and then breathing out. Okay, we're going to start to use that floor as support. We're going to push, connect into the floor, connect into the shoulder. Start to rotate further. And then we're going to hold here. So the challenge for all of us is not to collapse back here. So it's keeping that length, it's lifting up. That's it, going a little bit further if you can. Apply that pressure gently to encourage that rotation. And then just focusing on our breath. Breathing in and out. Keep thinking about drawing navel in and up. And breathing out. One more time if you can. Keep lifting up. And as you breathe out, we're going to come back to the center. Okay, just give those shoulders a little shrug. Okay, so placing your right hand down by your side. Okay, keeping that length in the spine. I'm going to keep reminding you because naturally we're going to keep switching off. Okay, you're going to raise your left arm up. Just be mindful of this shoulder staying down. Now we're going to reach up and over. So the ribs on this left side, I want you to think about lifting up and then we reach over. So I'm thinking about reaching to where the wall and the ceiling meet. So keeping this arm on the diagonal, finding that length down the side of the body. Now hold here, take an inhale and breathing out. And one more time, breathing in. Keep reaching up and over, breathing out. And then slowly, slowly restart, bring that arm down. Well done. Now we're going to increase that range of movement if we can. Hand down on the mat. Okay, so we raise the arm up, long spine. We're going to take an inhale. Breathing out, think about lifting up and over. Now we're going to go to that diagonal we were in before. And then we're going to start to think about increasing that range of movement. So we're bringing the arm, the elbow, the forearm down towards the mat. But this sit bone here, this hip is going to start to want to lift. We're going to think about opposition here. So keeping that hip down, keeping that sit bone down. Ooh, it's challenging, but it feels good. You're going to feel your obliques working. Take an inhale. Breathing out. One more time, big breath in. And then as you breathe out, restack your spine. Come and sit nice and tall. Well done. Now, if you're feeling tight here, take those legs in front of you. Shake out those legs. Well done. And then we're going to switch sides. Okay. So either sitting in this position or that long frog position with or without a cushion or a block, whatever feels right for you. Okay. So let's find that long spine again. Okay. So we're going to go over to that left side now. So bringing your left hand down on the mat, shoulders nice and relaxed. Okay, taking an inhale, start to raise the right arm up. Don't let this shoulder lift. Okay, then on that right side, we're going to lift those ribs up and we're going to reach up and over. So what can happen is this shoulder can start to want to come in front. So at the moment we're not rotating. Think lateral flexion. The spine is bending to the side. You're going to reach up to that top corner of the room. You're going to hold here and focus on your breath. So big breath in and breathing out. And again, big breath in. And as you breathe out, lifting up, find that long spine and bring the arm down. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Just trying to increase that range of movement. Okay. Sitting nice and tall, reaching up, breathing in. Okay, we think about lifting up and over. Okay, so on this side, your obliques, you're going to feel those working. Okay, now hold here. Try and increase that range of movement. So you're thinking about bringing the elbow, the forearm down towards the mat. Ooh, that's challenging. Okay, you're going to hold here. Keep reaching, focusing on your breath now. Keep this sit bone, this hip down. If you can, well done. And 3, 2, 1. And then breathing out. One more time, big breath in. Breathing out, restack your spine. Come and sit up nice and tall. Shrug out those shoulders. Well done. Okay, oh, that feels really good. Okay, so you're going to move the cushion away if you want to, or you can keep the cushion. I'm not going to use it for the next exercise. Doesn't mean that you can't, because we're going to try and find that long spine again. Now, quite often when we sit with our legs wide, we will say take your legs the width of your mat. Okay, so we're going to go wider today. So to a point that is comfortable. Now, if you are very tight here, just have a little bend in your knees. Okay, so you're going to point those toes up towards the ceiling, thinking about connecting the back of the legs to the mat. Okay, we're going to focus on some more lateral flexion and add a little bit of rotation now. It's going to feel fabulous. Okay, so we are going to bring our hands up towards our forehead. So place one palm on top of the other. Think about lifting and lengthening your spine, being very active in your center. Okay, we're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're thinking about a side bend with a little rotation here. So we're bringing that elbow out wide to the outside of the knee. And then we're going to lift up, come back to center. Opposite side. So lift up and over and down. So bringing that elbow wide, try and keep those elbows wide. And then lift and lengthen up. Well done. A few more times. So just go at your own pace with this. Focus on that movement of your spine. Try and keep the elbows as wide as you can. Well done. Big breath in. Elbow comes wide. And then breathe out, lift up, restack your spine. Now, as we're bending up and over and then have that little rotation, try not to let this hip, that sit bone lift. It's really challenging. And then just remember that each one of us, we are all different. So we're all gonna have different mobility. So you might be looking at the camera now and just thinking, I could go much further than that. Fabulous, well done. If you're not going the same as me, that's fine. So we're all a work in progress. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit more now. So you're gonna take your hands behind your head. So just rest them on the back of your head. Think about lifting up, so lengthening through the neck. And then when we come into our side bend, we're gonna try and avoid this. We're not gonna put pressure on the neck. Okay, so take an inhale. We're gonna start just like we did before. Big breath in. Breathing out, so we're going to take that elbow wide. We're going to keep wide of the knee. We're going to keep our elbows wide. Hold here. Then start to rotate chest towards your knee. And then roll up and restack your spine. Oh, wow, that feels fabulous. We're going to go on the opposite side. So big breath in. We're going to lift up and over. Well done. And then we're going to rotate chest to knee. And then lift up and restack, rotate. No, center. We're gonna lift up and over. Side bend, little rotation. Rotate that chest, nose towards your knee. And then up we come, back to center. And just a few more times. So just go at your own pace with this. Well done. And rotate and lifting up, up, up. Center, one more on each side. Have a rest at any point. So think about lifting up and then we're coming into our side bend, little rotation, more of a rotation here, and remembering that we're just resting our hands on the back of our head. So we're trying not to apply any pressure. Try and keep those elbows as wide as you can, back to center, and then we're going to lift up and restack our spine. Wow, that feels amazing. Okay, we're going to bring our legs together. So again, have a little bend in the knees if you want to. Nice exercise now, waist twist. And because we're feeling particularly tall now, spine's lengthened, we're going to think about spiraling towards the ceiling, growing taller as we rotate. Try not to touch my mic here. Okay, so just bring your hands across your chest. So you can be sat on a cushion or a block, remember. Then think about lifting up, being very active in your center here. Bend those knees if this isn't comfortable. Okay, you're gonna inhale, start to turn your head, your shoulders, rotate your spine. Breathe out, pulse for 2. Inhale, rotate all the way around to the opposite side, and then breathe out. So if we were to do this with our arms wide, then there's a tendency to focus on those arms movement. I'm just going to show you. So that if you're here, we tend to do this, move our arms too far, when actually it's this. You're going to keep moving whilst I'm talking. It's this rotation here of our spine that we're focusing on. So if we take the arms out of the equation, you can really focus on where that movement is coming from. Inhaling, breathing out, and one more on each side. You're doing really well. And last one. And come all the way back to center. Woo! They are amazing. I can definitely feel that I have been working hard. Okay, come with me to a 4-point kneeling position. So the next exercise is focusing on your spine moving in flexion and extension. So we do a lot of flexion. When we're sat down, generally we're kind of sat here, we can be slouched, shoulders rounded. So our cat that we're going to do is in flexion, and we're going to ripple through into extension. So place your knees ever so slightly wider than your hips. Have your toes together, have your hands placed underneath your shoulders, fingertips spread wide, and then pull those shoulders back. Then as for your center here, you're looking to find a neutral spine. So think of the crown of the head going this way, tailbone pressing away and lengthening. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Okay, cat starts with a movement from the hip. So take an inhale. And as you're breathing out, start to open those hips. Think about lifting, coming into a lovely even C curve. Now hold here. Now from your hips, through your shoulders, I want you to push back, but maintain that C curve. And then as you come forward, it's like you're lifting up and your cat is increasing, the C curve's increasing in size. Then we're going to ripple through. Lifting your head, allowing your pelvis to flex here, those hips, well done. And then we lift up, breathing out. Hinge back. Hinge forward, feel that lift. Yay, well done. Inhale and then breathing out, we ripple through. So you may find that you have a different range of movement to me. So I'll be honest, I think for me, coming into extension is always more challenging. It's that middle of my back, trying to get that movement. So we are all a work in progress. So just be mindful that any movement is better than no movement. So just let your body move, try not to overthink this, and just be kind to yourself in the way that you talk to yourself. Well done. And then just enjoy this lovely movement. And then we ripple through. So remember, today's all about your spine. Breathing in, breathe out, lifting up. And then one more time. And lift up, draw navel to spine, open those hips, hinge back, hinge forward, and last time, flexing at those hips, and then come all the way back. Well done. Okay, you're gonna bring your feet to parallel, so come off your wrists for a moment, shake out your hands. Okay, hands back down on the mat, pull those shoulders back. Okay, so feet, knees are hip width apart. That tabletop position that we had a moment ago, we're coming back to that. So we're going to thread our needle. So again, it's all about gorgeous rotation. Temptation when we do threading the needle is to press our tailbone back. So what I want you to focus on, it's like your chest is lowering and then you're rotating to the side. Okay, so let's talk through it slowly and then you can go at your own pace. So finding your connection here. Lift your right hand off the mat. Turn your palm to the ceiling. Now start to turn your head to the left. Thread the arm through, hinge forward at the hips. Well done. And then slowly restack, come back to center. Opposite side, so left hand, palm to ceiling. So head, shoulders, spine, rotate. And then back to center, reset. And then we roll again. Well done. So we're bending that supporting elbow. We're breathing in and we're breathing out. Well done. And then if you want to add in a little bit more movement, as you come back to center here, take that hand to the side of the head and just try and open the chest out to the side. Return your hand. Reset yourself. Opposite side. So we reach. So think rib cage, spine, shoulder. Bring the hand back to the side of the head, and then we're opening that chest out to the side. Well done. One more on each side. Big breath in, rotate. And then we come to center, and then just think about that shoulder lifting. Woo, well done. One more time. Navel to spine, neutral spine. We're going to rotate. And center, hand to the side of the head. And we lift. Well done. Okay, so let's give your tailbone a good wag. We are going to have our feet, knees down, not feet, knees down on the mat. Okay, so I want you now, neutral spine, core engaged. Draw your left heel up towards your bottom. Then start to rotate. Now to keep the head lifted as you turn and look towards that foot. Come back to center, return the foot, opposite side. Draw the right heel towards your bottom. Start to rotate that foot out, rotating in the knee, the hip joint, and then we come back to center and release. So every time you come back to center, just reset, check you've got your core engaged. So rotate and look, and center, return, lift, rotate, turning the head. Coming back to center and lower. And a few more of these, they'd feel absolutely fabulous. Well done. Fabulous, challenging, so worthwhile. Well done. And you're going to feel your obliques. So the obliques run down the side of your torso. They are there to help with posture. They're there to stabilize us, so they have a very important job to do. You're going to tuck your toes under, and let's just lift up into a pike. Just find that length. So long spine. Let's just have a little stretch here. Lift those heels and lower. That feels really nice. So pushing the heels of the hands into the mat, pressing your tailbone high. Well done. And one more. Brilliant. Okay, bring your knees down onto the mat. Take your time. We're going to come down onto the mat into our relaxation position. So you're going to bring a cushion or the ball with you. Okay. I don't know why I said 2 cushions. I don't think we actually need 2. So one's enough. In case you're wondering, why did we need 2? And we get to the end of the video and we've only used 1. I think I was getting overexcited. Okay, so you're going to place your ball above your knees, in between your thighs, or your cushion, whichever one you are using. Okay, and then we're going to focus on an exercise called hip rolls, but we are going to focus on our spine as opposed to the hips and the knee movement. Right, so we're going to take our arms wide. So not shoulder height, below shoulder height. Let those shoulders relax. Okay, so now we're going to take an inhale, find your neutral spine, and as you exhale, allow the right hip to lift, and then you roll the knees to the left, and you're going to let your right foot lift up off the mat. So the aim isn't to get those knees to the floor, it's just to focus on that movement, the hip and the spine. Now, hold here for a moment. Normally we would start to raise those knees, bring them back to center. I want you to scan up your spine. Go up the spine and find that top vertebra where we're rotating to the side. So I've got mine, I'm picturing it in my head. Then I'm going to work down that spine and I'm going to return those vertebrae one at a time, bringing them back to that central position. So my focus here, we're going to go to the other side. Just allow the knees to move, to roll, the hip to lift. Okay, so I'm focusing on my spine. Finding that vertebra all the way up here that's rotated, and then one at a time, I'm going to use my core. I'm going to draw my navel in towards my spine, and I'm going to bring myself back to a central position. Opposite side. So breathing in, and then big breath out, And again, using your core, feel the core, the obliques working. And again, so it's just moving very mindfully here. Okay, so we could make the focus our knees or our hips, but no, this class, this workout is all about your spine. So tomorrow, or the day after, hopefully you're going to feel that you've really worked your obliques, and then breathing out, gently squeeze on that ball or that cushion and come back to center. And again, so just do as many reps as you feel comfortable doing. Keep that focus on the spine. Well done. We're going to do one more on each side. So we roll those knees, just let the body move. And then again, breathing out. Last one. I love that you can really find that connection, feel that connection, and roll back to center. Gorgeous. So just place your ball down by the side if you feel that you've had enough of it where it is, or you can leave it here. Okay, we're just going to bring those feet a little bit closer to your bottom. Okay, so inner thighs active, working, shoulders wide, arms down by your side. Another gorgeous movement for your spine, our spine curl. So we go from neutral to a tuck here. Then start to really sequentially give each vertebra its place. Start to peel your spine off the mat. So thinking less about what the hips are doing and more about how the spine is moving. Hold here. Now for the first one, keep the arms down on the mat. Think about your breastbone, and then from here, we are starting to press down, one vertebra at a time, returning onto the mat, and then come all the way back to neutral pelvis. Ooh, that feels good. Okay, so we tuck, and then we peel the spine off the mat. You have to really think about this. It's great. Okay, we're going to take those arms, we're going to reach overhead. As those arms go overhead, we're going to avoid the ribs lifting here. So keep that connection. Well done. And then like we did a moment ago, breastbone, and then each vertebra at a time. Bring those arms back down. Just a couple more. So tuck and peel. So very active with your core, with your center. We peel up. We're going to reach, keeping the ribs pulling down towards your hips. Gently squeeze on that ball if you've got it in place, and then down, down, down. Bring those arms down. Last one. You've absolutely got this. Well done. Peeling up and sweep those arms up and over. And then down, down we come. Well done, and relax. Well done. So we are going to take the ball, we're going to pop it to one side, and then roll onto your side, and then bring yourself up to a seated position. Okay, we're going to swing those legs round. We're going to cross our legs over, back to where we started on the mat. Give those shoulders a little shrug, and we are done. Awesome effort. I hope you're feeling fabulous. I feel brilliant after that. Definitely feel like I've got more movement, more flexibility. Okay, you were brilliant. Well done. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want more, there's loads more videos for you to choose from. So just click on one of my other workouts and have some fun. Okay, I will see you soon. Love to know your thoughts. Put a comment, let me know how you found it.